All this Polo Cup action is proudly brought to you by Falken Tyres and their associate sponsors. A big welcome to round 5 of the Falken Polo Cup Championship here at Zwartkops Raceway and the Extreme Festival of Motoring. In the background, you can see the cars are all ready to go now for qualifying. But in this championship coming to this round, it's even Stevens between Jeff Kruger and Brad Liebenberg. They're on exactly the same points. So this qualifying and the 2 races today are going to be vital to see how things turn around in this championship. Simon Need makes a welcome return after a red card and comes back to the Zwartkops scene of the crime, where he got out of shape with Stian Kriel and had a big moment into Volkswagen corner. An interesting turnaround for this round is the return of the former champion, Devin Robertson, who joins the Trinity security team and will boost the field. Already quickest yesterday in most of the qualifying sessions, he's definitely going to be a man to watch out for today in qualifying. Let's go and see if we can put it on pole and maybe just stir up the apple cart ever so slightly. Jeff Kruger's got to do it all today. He is on equal points coming into this round with Brad Liebenberg. It's going to be a tough day in the saddle here for these guys, and it really is going to mean you're going to need your teammates' help to see if you can get onto that front row. A lot of guys working together. You can see the 2 Campos cars working very nicely together to try and get that slipstream effect down the back straight. Jason a little bit off the pace though, and good pace coming out of Keegan Campos as he looks to get to the front end of qualifying. Nice drive out of the AE and Signature Motorsport team from Chris Shorter. And as the flag came out, Renat van Hinder was the first one to take it. And Jeff Kruger and Brad Liebenberg just making it into the top 6 for Superpole. After an amazing qualifying session there, you can see 10.8 from Devin Robertson puts him on provisional pole. But as you can see, the next set of cars, right down to 20th place, that's 19 cars, are split by the same second. Jeff Kruger just getting in the nick of time to ensure that he gets a chance to be in that top 5. Jeff, very, very close there for you, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get in the Super Bowl. I think I did it on the last lap, but yeah, we're here. Now we just got to make it hopefully further up the grid. It's exceptionally close, but yeah, let's see what we can do. It's going to be tough.
Tim Besaidnut will lead them out. Jeff Kruger will be the second car onto the track as the top 6 now go out to do the shootout for Superpole. Shorter wants to go a little bit higher up, that is for sure, but Kruger is pushing hard. He's got to do it all today. With Brad Liebenberg being on equal points with him coming into this round, it's going to be a very, very hard day in the saddle for both those drivers to see if they can extend a slight lead over the other. Checkered flag comes out, and what a drive from Devin Robertson. He put it on pole in the qualifying, and he's put it onto pole position in Superpole as well, and boosting the Extreme Racing and Trinity team. Dude, what a welcome return. It's been a long time since you've been at Polo. You've never been in one of these before and actually raced it, but what a way to come back and put it onto the Superpole.
Like you say, we haven't been here since 2016, so we won the championship, then came back and boom, on pole. So couldn't have asked for a better lap. Thank you to Leroy, Trinity, Security Services for everything that they've done for us, and obviously my dad and my wife for the continuous support.
Well, we asked Devin to step up with a little continuous support, and support from ATS giving 3,000 Rand to one of the lucky drivers, this time going to Simon Need. Then it was time for the all-important second race draw, and 6th place, not where DeLon Thompson wanted to be. Let's see where Shorter ends up. He goes to 4th. A little bit happier with that. Jeff Kruger, 3rd. That'll be all right for him too. Whereas Campos going to be, he's going to be on the front row. That means 1 and 5 are left. Who's going to get it? Oh, you can see from Brad's reaction, he's a happy man. Which means Devin will start from 5th place in race 2. Didn't go according to plan in the Super Pole, but it definitely went according to plan in the draw, so you must be stoked with that pole position.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Dev isn't in the championship, so, you know, I'm not too worried about Super Pole. I did mess up my lap a little bit into the last turn, I locked up, but yeah, pole for race 2, and I'm just going to put my head down and try and get a decent lead. I know that we have good race pace, so, you know, we're looking forward to race 2. Race 1 starting 2nd, not too bad again. I say that Dev isn't in the championship, so yeah, it's looking good, so we'll see what happens today.
That Super Pole all sorted out now. The lucky draw is done. Let's go and find out after the break what happens in race 1. Welcome back to Zwartkops and Falken Polo Cup action now. Race 1 about to get underway. We got 20 cars split in the same second. That is going to be mind-blowingly close. And into turn 1, expect some big drama. I'm kind of touting that there's going to be a little bit of drama there between the 2 championship contenders. And look out, because Brad Liebenberg is just ahead of Jeff Kruger. So there's certainly going to be some rubbing going into turn 1. And let's see what happens at the end of race 1 and who comes out on top. Will it be the returning Devin Robertson, or are we going to see a battle royal between our 2 championship contenders? Devin's going to be a tough man to beat today, that is for sure. And he's fired up. Look at that race face as the Total Exilium car of Justin Oates makes its way out onto the circuit. There's the front row. Devin Robertson, Brad Liebenberg, Shorter and Kruger, the second row. Then we move down to Clint Poseidon and Campos. Delon Thompson beating out Dario Busi. We've got Jason Campos, Justin Oates, Matt Shorter and Mahotsi. Behind them, it'll be Elton Bow pushing hard with Darren Oates and Jana van der Vestes. And Yuri Swart there too. Cora Hill with her best qualifying. Simon Need, Shivi Bassoon and Stian Creel. And at the back, it's Damien Hammond, Rice Asmal, Reino van Heerden and Nathan Hammond. They're lined up now and ready to go for race number 1. Oh, the tension is palpable out there, and you can see the tension because the two championship rivals are literally behind each other. Brad Liebenberg's got Jeff Kruger right on his tail, but he seems to be ready to go now as the lights are about to go off. Good start there from Devin Robertson. Great start coming out of the back end of the field as well. Look at Jeff Kruger, already trying to get through and make up some ground. He's got through on Shorter as they go into turn 1. Oh, there's a little bit of touching, a little bit of maneuvering out there. Somebody's gone wide. Oh, that is not good. Oh, there's a big one. Cora Hill goes off. It's Shorter who's on the outside here, but Cora Hill has rolled over coming out of turn number 1 and has ended up in the middle of the circuit. The young lady with her best qualifying ever, a little bit shaken up there in the Calyx car, but fortunately made it through, and I think she's going to get out there. But I think we may be seeing a safety car, or possibly even a red flag. That car is stuck in the middle of turn 1. Let's see what happens as they get to the top of the hill now. Problems through turn 4 as well. Oh, Campos. Jason Campos runs wide. Turn 1 car in turn 4. That's Falken corner, and he get it all wrong. Exactly what I thought might happen. Red flag situation. Let's have a look at the replay here. We're on board with Jason Campos in the turn 1 car going into turn 1. There's a little bit of touching. Clinton Mercedes taps her. Oh, you can see they're tapping Shorter, sending him wide, and everybody else trying to take evasive action. Shivi Bassoon going on board here. Have a look on the right-hand side. Look at his rearview mirror. There's Cora. She's coming in, taps him, and that's the rollover point. So Shivi very lucky to survive that one, but Cora rolling over completely. This is Rice Asmal's point of view of the same incident. You can see everybody just trying to take evasive action, trying to find maneuvers through, picking a line to drive through. There's the rollover. Great driving from Hammond. He just avoided both the Hammond cars, actually just avoiding there, and those two Trinity security cars just missing Cora Hill. There's the remnants of that car. A little bit shaken, but fortunately, A-okay. Restart. Much better start this time from Kruger as he goes side by side. This time a Shorter trying to avoid a little tap into turn 1. There's a maneuver from Jason Campos. Matt Shorter goes to try and follow him through, following Delon Thompson. And on his inside, Justin Oates in the Total car. Up front though, look how tight it is. Oh, good start there coming out of Yuri Swart. He's going around the outside of Elton Bow. He's making up a little bit of ground. Swart didn't quite have the qualifying he wanted, so he's got a lot of work to do. Remember, he came out of the previous round with a podium finish, so he's definitely looking to get to the top end if he can. Devin Robertson leads out. In second place, it's the Hello Mobile car there of Brad. Side by side between Kruger and Shorter as they go through Volkswagen. Behind them, it's Keegan Campos. He sits there in the 5 spot. And then it's Poseidon, who's got some problems of his own. Oh, speaking of problems, another off there. Is that Hammond? Yes, unfortunately Nathan Hammond just getting it out of shape there and running very wide in the Trinity Protection Services car. Shorter's got through, so has Campos on Kruger. Kruger's dropped back slightly, right into the clutches of Dario Busi. Busi with some big maneuvers there and trying to get up into that top 6. How's that? They come down towards turn 8 now, and it's 3 abreast. Kruger on the inside, Campos on the outside, Shorter in the middle, not letting through. A little bit of curb hopping there from Jeff Kruger trying to get through on Campos. Oh, look how tight it is, and that's still 3x3 into turn 1. So super stuff there. Campos and Kruger, enough room to play. Well, only just trying to get through, and it is so tight between these cars. Behind that, they all start to line up. Poseidon is there, keeping off and fending off Delon Thompson. Around the outside comes Jason Campos. So we got 2 of the Universal Healthcare cars, 2 Signature Motorsport cars, and 2 of the Campos cars, all fighting for honors here. Justin Oates about to join the party. He goes around the outside of a hard-charging Matt Shorter, and a little push to pass there, got him past. So he just uses that little bit of extra power that's available from the push to pass and gets through on Matt Shorter. Remember, those guys have got a little bit more push to pass mechanisms in play than the top 3 in the championship do. So unfortunately, I think Jeff Kruger may have run out. He's used 2 already in that first start after Cora Hill went down, and then has now got to try and survive the rest of this race. Poseidon dives through. It's very close there. Delon Thompson looking for a chance now. Oh, what a touch! There's a big touch there between Oates and Thompson. And Thompson getting sent onto the sideline there by Justin Oates. Oates just giving him a big whack going into turn 7. And in the background, oh, what is happening in the background? There's some touching there. I think that might have been Jana van der Vestes going off there. And he went side by side with a couple of cars in the background. I'm not quite sure who it was, but as they come through there, we'll pick up on it who it is. Absolutely amazing stuff. Very good possibility. I think it was Mahotsi who got forced wide there by Delon Thompson. Here we go to look and see. Mahotsi is on the outside. Delon Thompson getting a little bit of a tap here as they go through, and he just gets forced wide. Oh, and he runs straight into Mahotsi. So a little bit of action at the top end of the field coming out of Mix FM. Jeff Kruger trying to come back at Campos now into turn 4. Falken corner, has a look, can't quite make it stick. Heading to turn 5 now, up the hill. Good drive there from Campos. Compromised drive slightly there from Jeff Kruger. No worries at all for the drive coming out of Devin Robertson, although he has rolled off ever so slightly and allowed Brad Liebenberg to close in on him. So the championship leader right now would be Brad Liebenberg with Jeff Kruger 2 cars back. Kruger's got to get through there on Campos and cannot be too far behind the man in the Hello Mobile car. As they come down on the braking markers, you can see he's actually got 2 cars to make up there because Shorter is starting to close in on Brad a little bit further up the road. Now we see Dario Busi putting pressure onto Jeff Kruger. Kruger looking like he's got a little bit of an issue there in that Universal Healthcare Team Red Racing machine. Busi's on his tail. Coming along for the ride is Campos. Then you've got the first of the Oates boys, that's Justin. Behind him, it's Poseidon with the second of the Total team, that is Darren Oates. Then it's Alton Bow. Delon Thompson has recovered. Oh, in the background, looks like, yes, there might be a car off there. Is that Shorter? It is. Shorter's gone off. Chris Shorter has gone off in turn 2. He's going to recover, tucking in just behind this battle between Damian Hammond and Rainer van Heerden. Damian Hammond with a bit of battle scars there. I think that was due to the fact that his car went off the circuit. But this is Shorter's point of view. He just gets it wrong under braking, catches himself out and goes into the kitty litter in turn 2. Not a happy man, as you could hear. Gets it going again. Fortunately able to keep it up, Browning, and back on track. Just into the mid-pack and backpack there. A lot of work to do now and only a couple of laps to do it in. Justin Oates has got through on Kruger. Kruger's trying to get back at him. Kruger's lost a lot of ground here. He cannot afford to be finishing in 7th when Brad is 2nd. Yes, Devin Robertson has been dominant all weekend, but Brad right now is about to take the championship lead. They got 1 lap to go, and Devin Robertson is going to probably hang on for the win. Great return to Polo Cup racing for the ex-champion, and it's been a while since he's been in a Polo. He's never been in one of these, but he's certainly got to grips with it very quickly. And it's a great testament to the team from Trinity Protection Services and Extreme Racing. Robertson out front though, and the Hello Mobile car looks like it's going to hang on for 2nd. Here comes Yuri Swart on the inside looking for a way through on Delon Thompson. Oh, and Johanna van der West is out of shape. That has allowed Yuri Swart to dive through. Delon Thompson might get there as well. And Shivi Bassoon is just waiting in the sidelines. Chris Short is just behind them, and he's got to make up lots of ground. You can see he's fired up now after that mistake that he made all on his own into turn 2. He comes around the outside of Shivi Bassoon, and will he get him under braking? Yes, he will. Tucks in behind Thompson as they go through turn 4. Leaders already coming out of turn 6 and 7. And easily done here for Devin Robertson. As he comes down to the checkered flag, he had a little bit of mid-race pressure there from Brad. But Brad Liebenberg has decided, you know what, there's more of this championship that I need to worry about right now than Devin Robertson. He's not involved in the championship battle, and 2nd place will be enough. He'll know that Jeff Kruger is down in 7th place, and Kruger is going to lose lots of ground here in this championship, considering the fact that they came into race 1 on equal points. Campos will be gifted 3rd place, and you can see how happy he is as he comes across to celebrate with his team. So it's Devin Robertson taking the win ahead of Brad Liebenberg. Keegan Campos in the Campos Transport car. They're in 3rd place, beating out Dario Busi, Jason Campos and Justin Oates. Jeff Kruger, championship rival, down in 7th, beating out the 2nd of the Total cars there of Darren Oates. Staying out of trouble is important in this class, and this is exactly what you did in both of those starts. But a nice welcome return and back on top step of the podium.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. We had an awesome first section of the race. Unfortunately, I wasted 2 push-to-passes on the first start. 1 out of turn 2, 1 up out of turn 5, and I saw the red flag at the last minute, so it was 2 wasted. So me and Brad had a duck dice between us. Managed to just use it. He used one, I used one, he used one. So it kept us the gap the same between us. But a huge big thanks to the team. They've given us an absolutely superb car for the weekend. Couldn't have asked for better, eh?
Race 1 done and dusted. Devin Robertson on top. Jeff Kruger, championship leader, joint with Brad Liebenberg coming into this round. Now only finishing in 7th place, has got some work to do for race number 2. He starts in 5th place. He's got 4 very fast cars to try and catch. Will those push-to-passes work, and can he use them in a strategic way to allow him to get to the front and possibly spoil the day for his championship rivals? Let's go and find out after the break. Welcome back for race 2 action now, the Falken Polo Cup here at Zwartkops and the Extreme Festival. We've got Brad Liebenberg on pole with Keegan Campos on his inside. That inside line is a good line to be on. And I wonder if Devin Robertson can possibly spoil the day and do the double. Let's go and find out for race 2. Brad Liebenberg on pole now is going to be a very hard man to beat. We know how good he is off the line. And let's see if Campos can maybe run there with him. He's looking for number 1. Jeff Kruger certainly needs to have a win here to make up the ground that he lost in race number 1. So let's see what that man can do in Team Red Racing's number 1 car. And last year's champion has now got it all to do as the lights are about to go out for race 2. Good start from Kruger. He pulls across to the left-hand side and tries to go with Brad Liebenberg. Good move there from Mokotsi. He makes up nice ground there, putting some massive pressure onto Justin Oates as they go into turn 1, Compendium Insurance corner. Behind that, the Glyco car of Clint Poseidon. And look at Monroe's machine there of Matt Shorter, putting himself into the mix. Around the outside comes Jason Campos. Then you got Darren Oates trying to get up there as well. And he goes side by side with Mokotsi, bringing along for the ride Elton Bowe. Then it's Simon Need. He's got Yuri Swart in close attendance as they head up into turn 4, Volkswagen corner. The Glyco car diving on the inside there of Poseidon, trying to make a way through and thread the needle. Can he find it? No, he can't. Mokotsi keeps him honest. Very tight stuff. It's Liebenberg out front though, and on his tail is Campos. Kruger's up to 3rd. Nice start there from Devin Robinson. He's made up 1 position. He's moved from 5th to 4th and now goes on the attack to try and find a way through. On board with Darren Oates as they come into Mix FM corner, closing in on Dario Bussi, one of the best drives we've seen at him and from him at Zwartkops, that's for sure. Oh, a little bit of plastics running off there. A couple of guys getting real up close. A little bit of touching. That's kind of what we expect in Polo Cup as they come across the line and complete the first lap. It is so tight between those first 7. Behind that, though, they're lining up, and a lot of them running ever so slightly wide. Looks like Yuri Swart might be the man with a bit of damage there. Looking at that front bumper coming out of turn number 8 now, and now going into turn 1. Definitely Yuri Swart with bits and pieces flying off that car. He's got the very close attention coming from Jona van der Vestes, and round the outside, Shivi Bassoon, and on their tail, Rice Asmal and Hammond. Oh, it's so tight between them. Absolutely nothing at all. Bassoon loses out. Asmal dives through. The steaming bean car just looks like he's going to try and use a push to pass now to see if he can make up that ground that he lost. Speaking of ground being lost, Campos is losing ground now to Kruger. They are side by side out of turn 4 Volkswagen corner. Campos with a little bit of advantage because he's on the inside line now for the brakes. Is he good enough though? And can he keep Kruger out? Yes, he can. Only just. Kruger gets forced wide, opening up the door. Is that Devin Robinson? Yes, it is. Robinson in the 3rd of those Trinity cars trying to dive through on Kruger. Gives him enough room to play as they come out of turn 6, Kenwood corner. Now into 7. Here comes Shorter. Shorter's up for the challenge as well. There's 3 cars. Make it 4 fighting for 2nd place here. The second pack of cars is led out by Shorter's brother Matt in the Munro machine, but there's a change-up as Kruger has lost out to Robinson. As they come across the line there, Shorter at the back of the first pack and Shorter at the front of the second. It's Chris and Matt. And you can see Matt Shorter trying to close down on his brother, forcing a little bit of hard driving from the drivers behind him, and they are led out by DeLon Thompson, Dario Bussi, and then Oates. As we watch Chris Shorter closing in now on Jeff Kruger. Kruger's days are numbered here. There's a very good possibility he may have run out of push-to-passes. There's a push-to-pass mechanism. Thanks very much, says Chris Shorter. And down the back straight, overtakes Kruger. He looks across, thinking to himself, hang on a second, that shouldn't have been that easy. There's definitely a small issue there on the Team Red Racing car there, and I think that Signature Motorsport car just might help out the Team Red Racing machine of Jeff Kruger. He's going to tuck in behind him and hope to use him to get to the top of the hill. A little bit of slipstream effect coming in here. That's what Devin Robinson's doing. In fact, it worked very nicely. Look at that. He did use the slipstream effect and closes right on Chris Shorter's tail. He's on the inside. Here comes Matt Shorter along for the ride. He's made up a lot of ground here and now going with his brother on the inside of Jeff Kruger. Just enough room to play and waiting for the braking. Yeah, that was brilliant. Super stuff there from Matt Shorter. Matt Shorter dives on the inside. It might help him out. He forces the Team Red Racing machine onto the dirty stuff. So tight between them. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant action as always in the Falken Polo Cup. Has Matt Shorter got through? No, he hasn't. Kruger's still on his outside. Kruger will be on the inside for turn 2. So he should still be able to hang on to that 4th place as they come in there. Oh, it's so close though. Absolutely brilliant stuff as they come out of turn 2. DeLon Thompson's joined the pack, so has Dario Bussi. Just behind that, Jason Campos bringing along the Oates boys. And they were not too far away from this action at the front end. Kruger's made up some ground here. He's found a bit of extra pace now and goes side by side with Chris Shorter. That is the current champion and an ex-champion, absolutely wing mirror to wing mirror, coming out of turn 4. Leader getting away though, and Brad Liebenberg controlling things from the front. Campos is under a bit of threat though. The biggest threat though is in this pack. How is this? 6 cars fighting for the top 5. And absolutely nothing between them. Shorter, Kruger, Shorter, Thompson, Dario Bussi, and Campos. And it's like a steam train heading down onto the braking point here into G&H Transport corner. They come out there. Shorter got a little bit of a better drive there. Matt Shorter trying to go with him. And there you see the maneuver into second place for Devin Robinson. Keegan Campos opened up the door. Robinson said, thank you very much. I'll take that. He has got slightly newer rubber on that car, so it's definitely going to give him a bit of advantage with those new Falken tyres. And Campos just having to take evasive action there. Couldn't quite keep him out. Oh, teammate! Is that the fourth time we're seeing Hammond go off? Yes, it is. Nathan Hammond should be looking at maybe one of those Polo GT rally cars as he goes down into turn 2. Well, his brother's doing a great job. So is his teammate, Devin Robinson. He sits in second place. Liebenberg leads things out. Short has pulled a bit of a gap now. Chris on Jeff Kruger. And Matt Short is still fighting hard there with Dario Bussi and Jason Campos. So the IP Stream car looking for a way past on that Munro machine. Can he get through? No, he can't. Jason goes on the inside. Now decides maybe the outside is a better option. We're on board with Jason Campos. Under braking into turn 5. Tucks in behind Bussi. What a man. Oh, good move there. That might slingshot him through. Oh, there's a touch. I thought that might slingshot him through, but Bussi and Campos come together. And Bussi was the big loser there. Campos had nowhere to go. He tried to get up on the inside. Bussi shut the door, and there was a tap between the two of them. DeLon Thompson's made it stick as well. He's got through now. So there's chopping and changing into the latter part of this race, and it's still not done yet. A couple of laps to go now for these guys, and there is absolutely nothing in it. The second pack is really starting to heat up. The Oates boys have joined the ride as well. Both Darren and Justin are there. Darren leading Justin this time out with Elton Bow on their tail. Ferodo cars look very good all weekend, and of course here at Zwartkops, Elton is very good. He's just not being quite on the same kind of pace as those front couple of cars and his teammates from Signature Motorsport. But Elton Bow, take nothing away from the man we're on board with right now. Certainly knows what to do now in Polos. He's still one of the youngest drivers out there. Let's have a look here. Oh, here's Hammond down into G&H Transport Corner. And once again, he's off. This is the 4th time he's gone off today, the 3rd time in this race. He really has had a tough time. And he'll get to grips with the car, no doubt about it. It's good to see that they're not giving up. And Devin Robinson isn't giving up either. He'd be praying for a 10-lapper or a 12-lapper. A couple more laps to play with. He might have been able to catch the Hello Mobile car of Brad Liebenberg. But with Brad coming through for a first now and a second in the first heat, he's going to extend a nice lead into the next round. And that means that Jeff Kruger is going to have a lot of work to do in that next round. Devin Robinson will be immediately into the championship with some great victories and, of course, a first time out in the new Polo Cup for him as an ex-champion. Brad Liebenberg comes across to take the checkered flag, and he'll be a happy man about that. Taking the win, beating out Devin Robinson. And Keegan Campos just maintaining the pace to keep out Shorter and Jeff Kruger. The battle, though, raged right to the line between Thompson and the Oates boys. He was the meat in the sandwich between the two Total cars as they came across the line. Super racing, as always, in Falken Polo Cup, and confirmation of those results as they come through there. The rest of the pack, it's Brad Liebenberg taking the second victory. He wins out over Devin Robinson and Keegan Campos, with Shorter beating out Jeff Kruger and his brother Matt. And then it was Jason Campos and Dario Bussi making up the top 8. So I think you need to go karting more often, because now you're leading both those championships, and it's definitely one that you wanted to lead, this one.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad day. Looking forward to the next race, obviously, but yeah, it's all about a championship. We're only halfway through the season, and today was a good day. I think we increased our gap quite nicely on Jeff, and basically is our only competition, if I'm honest. Unless something drastically goes wrong during the year, he's the only one to watch out for. By the looks of it now, we should be a good 60 points, 70 points ahead of everyone else, and yeah, I'm not too sure how many points I pulled on him this weekend, but you know, like I said, it's still a long year ahead, and you know, we got to take each race by race. But very good day. I'm really happy with it. Freddie and my mechanic Dion did an amazing job with the car the whole day, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the next round, getting back in this beauty, and hopefully repeating the same work.
2 good heats on the day is going to probably put you up into the top 3 in this championship.
I'm not quite sure on the points just yet, Greg, but yeah, I'm quite chuffed. I messed it up in Super Pole. I was 3rd before Super Pole, and I threw it away. I was quite relieved to get a 3rd, and then yeah, starting 2nd on the grid for race 2. I held Devin as long as I could, but the boys, he's back on pace.
He's certainly a tough man to race with, isn't he? But you've got a tough competition going into the next half of this championship.
Well, it's time I start clawing myself back. I've had a bit of bad luck in my first half of the season. But after a weekend like this, it looks a little hopeful. I'm not too sure if the championship is within my grasp, especially with Brad taking another win from us. But hopefully I can claw myself back up to the top 3.
The top 3 right now in the standings is Brad Liebenberg at the top on 156, 139 for Jeff Kruger, and Campos, as you heard, up to 3rd place. Chris Shorter beating out Yuri Swart, and Clinton Mercedenode right up there too. Keep an eye out on Jason Campos and Dario Bussi. And how was that for an incredible day's racing? The championship is now wide open once again. Coming into this round, it was even Stevens, and Brad Liebenberg has now opened up a big advantage, heading to East London Grand Prix Circuit on the 31st of August. I can't wait to get down there to bring you more action here from the Falken Polo Cup. Let's go and find out what's going to happen in the closing stages and part 2 of this epic drama series. All this Polo Cup action is proudly brought to you by Falken Tires and Volkswagen Motorsport.